I think a lot of times we think, okay, I want that quick fix. I want that little boost of energy. And so even things like 5 hour energy today, and there's things much, much worse than that. But, whether you're stopping at a gas station or a convenience store, just going to your regular restaurant, they have these little things everywhere. And, doing these large amounts of especially, I know coffee too, over the past 20 years has become the meeting place for so many business, small business meetings and things along those lines. But, all of that excess caffeine and all of the stimulants over time, your body becomes dependent upon them, and it really isn't good for your body. So let's not overdo the coffee. Not that a cup of coffee a day for most people in the morning isn't going to be a big issue. In fact, I think it can be healthy and fine for some people. But I get the same buzz and even a different type of buzz and improved health benefits from doing vegetable juice, fruit juice. So many people think it's healthy. It's definitely not. It's so much concentrated sugar. Now, eating fruit by itself or eating fruit in a smoothie, fine. When you go to the grocery store, we're buying pasteurized orange juice or
Got it.
or the kids' apple juice. Now, if you're actually doing fresh pressed juice from fruits, some people are going to do great with that. Other people, it may be too much sugar. But if that's really the only extra sugar you're getting during the day, it's not going to be issues. If you just got done with a really hard workout or you're about to work out, it's not going to be an issue either because your body is going to burn up all of that sugar. So again, doing fruit juice around a workout, not as much of an issue either. But let's say somebody has sensitive blood sugar, of course, a diabetic, or just your average person today who's even just a few pounds overweight. In that case, no, doing fruit juice, even fresh pressed juice. Just to give you an example, if you are doing a big, let's say a 20 ounce, a big thing, and it's almost mostly juice, you're getting probably 60 to 70 grams of sugar. There is a lot of farm fish today, and especially if anybody's buying tilapia or just regular salmon, a lot of it is farm. Now, again, if it says wild caught, well, great, it's wild caught. That fish is fantastic. But, a lot of these farm fish today, they contain what are called PCBs. They also contain dioxins, and these are toxins that shouldn't be in there. And also, one of the things that salmon is touted for is its omega-3 fatty acids, and it's a specific ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 fats. And omega-3 fats are anti-inflammatory, and almost everybody has heard of omega-3 fats at this point, and they're great for your health. But if a fish has been farmed, its omega-3 fats are typically 10 times lower than in wild
Wow.
caught fish. And so, if somebody is buying fish, wild caught is 10 times superior in nutrients, oftentimes, or at least an omega-3 fat ratio. And then also it's completely free of toxins. So that's a much better option. Canola oil. Many people think canola oil is healthy. The problem is 90% of canola oil today is either it's genetically modified and it's partially hydrogenated. So in most cases, it's just as bad as any other vegetable oil. And then I would say artificial sweeteners. This is something a lot of people are still using. It surprises me, even in the business world. And they think, oh, I'm going to do, a Coke Zero or some sort of
Mhm.
diet soda. And, Splenda breaks down into chlorine in the body, and those high levels of chlorine basically suffocate your cells. They lead to other illnesses over time. And they actually, one of the biggest problems is artificial sweeteners, whether it be aspartame or Splenda, also known as sucralose, is they kill off probiotics in your gut. And that's one of the big things. And there's actually several studies on this, is that they kill off that good gut flora, which 80% of your immune system is located in your gut. Stress is healthy if it's taken in doses. My wife and I work out all the time, but we always take at least one day a week off, and typically two. And the reason is when we work out hard. It's when we don't schedule in times of rest that you're going to have an issue. And so again, you can work as hard. I mean, in most cases, you can work really, really hard, be into things, and give it your all. But you have to take at least one day a week off, and you have to schedule things throughout your day that get your mind off things and allow your body to rest. And so, your mind in a way is a muscle. It has to work. If you never rest it, it's just like, if you're trying to work your biceps over time, if you give it too much of a load day after day after day, you're lifting these heavy dumbbells, eventually you're going to tear it. You're going to injure it. And the same thing can happen with our minds and our emotions if we overdo it. And one of the things I've had my patients do over the years is get out a sheet of paper, have them write down on the left side everything that is stressing them out and their work hours and kind of all, we kind of brainstorm and write out all those things on the right side of the sheet of paper. I have them write down all of the things they love to do, things that bring them joy, things that help take their mind off things. And whether that be going for a walk or going to the mall or watching a movie by themselves, whatever it is, we kind of write down all those things that they love to do. And so we go down the left side and we start figuring out, okay, how do we better deal with this situation? What can you get out of your life? Because a lot of times we have too many things we're doing, and what's things that you can say no to. And on the right side, we start scheduling those things in, because a lot of us have a work schedule. We have scheduled in to bring kids to soccer practice or whatever it is. You really need to schedule in times of rest, times of joy, and times to live life. And I see this in a lot of people, in business professionals, and they actually have done studies on business executives, and they found they were much more effective when they schedule it in times of rest. And that might look like you once a day taking a 30-minute walk in the afternoon and kind of letting your brain recharge and get refreshed. Even something as simple as that makes a big difference. Even, taking your time and working out in the middle of the day. Even if it's just 30 minutes, that it allows to reset your brain. In fact, it takes 20 minutes of not thinking about and concentrating on something for your brain to reset. And if you can take 20 to 30 minutes completely away from thinking and being engaged, it really allows your body to sort of reset there. So if you look in other cultures, both in Asian culture, European culture, there is a very long time in the middle of the day where people are resting. So, in Europe, lunch is definitely longer, typically an hour and a half to 2 hours in some cases. In Asia, again, there's times for tea and those sort of things. I mean, that can be common.
If you enjoy this podcast, please make sure to subscribe. And to stay updated on everything that the Action Catalyst is up to, make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Action Catalyst Podcast and on Twitter at Catalyst_Action. And thanks for listening.